Let's try this one more time. And if it still doesn't start correctly, then I'll just slow with it. There we go. It worked this time.
Dearest Hugh. Oh, I've had the most dreadful luck. I feel terrible that you've been left alone all this time. The traitorous Dr. Gray tried to steal the annular spectrum, a ring I developed to allow perception and alteration of colour. Some call them impossible colours. Impossible for Dr. Gray, maybe. Anyway, something went wrong. I turned a strange shade and became invisible. The ring, it fractured, scattering coloured shards far and wide. I stayed at home for many weeks, watching, waiting, existing on this coloured plane. I couldn't speak to you, nor interact with anything in the mono world. So I left. I left for the university where I hid away the coloured tools I had created. I pray you have found what is left of the ring.
Ja. We got a run going this time. Good first split. Yep, if the first split is a good indicator of the rest of the run, then this is easy world record, right? Fortunately, it's not quite that simple.
When you enter a cave expecting a waterfall, the chances are your expectations will be met. But if you discard those expectations, don't you think instead the cave will be full of surprises? I ask for you, Hugh, to abandon your expectations, to pull me back from the brink of unreality. I need you to see the world not for what it is, but for what it can be.
Well then.
Did you know, Hugh, that purple is at the very end of the visible spectrum? It's the hardest colour for our eyes to distinguish. Now, Imagine a shade one step further than purple, a colour beyond what we can actually perceive. We call these impossible colours. And I fear that this is where I currently reside. If reality is rooted in our perception, and you cannot perceive me, do I even exist to you? I'm sure that I do. I mean, you're reading this letter, or at least I hope you are. I'm sorry, but existing in this strange state of impermanence does funny things to you, Hugh. It makes you question what is real. The university gardens were bathed in an earthy orange light when I first met Dr. Gray. Summer had come and gone, and a cold autumnal crispness had caught me off guard. I sat on the grass, surrounded by my books and papers, when a cool breeze threatened to blow my notes across the lawn. A page escaped my reach and took flight. A man not much older than myself chased after it, catching it on his third or fourth attempt. I remember his gentle smile when he returned it. He started talking, and I was surprised that he had read my work in the university journal. He said he was a professor and that he hoped we could work together someday. It's funny, Hugh, how something so small can change so much. Dr. Gray soon became my assigned mentor, and I can't help but feel he somehow had a hand in it. Our fires burnt brightest when we worked together. It felt like we could achieve anything. We discovered more about colour than I could ever have imagined. We split light, mapped spectrums, we painted. We laughed. We worked long hours, and soon our goal became all-consuming. We were vessels. The work became more important than us, and we knew it.
No. Slight time loss there. Most of the time save here doesn't even really matter, because it's so slight.
It's funny, I don't remember much after that day on the grass. I do know that Dr. Gray and I spent many a time together. I would compliment him on his work and his cheeks would flush with a pinkness. He'd notice and change the subject, embarrassed. This work we were doing together, it didn't feel much like work anymore.
Whoops. Would help if I could hit the right color. This might actually be a problem. I don't think I can get through that gap. I'm gonna go around this way. Okay. Moment of truth. Did I practice this enough? Apparently, yes. Don't have time to read chat right now, but I will once I get to the next color fragment. This game has taught you apparently. It has taught you what you can't see doesn't exist. It's a great lesson that definitely needs to be learned in life. I completely agree. If you can't see something, then it doesn't exist. It actually means you don't exist right now, because I can't see you. Colon thinking underscore face colon. Augers. That was a big gold, by the way. That was like
Did you know, Hugh,
gold by
that every
10
language
seconds.
first has a word for black and for white, for dark and for light? The first colour described afterwards is always red. The colour of blood and wine, the colour of anger. The anger I felt when I was told my experiments had gone too far. When Dr. Gray sided with the university, stopping my research altogether. For all our languages, for all our ways to communicate, it's funny how sometimes we simply cannot. It leads people to do things they regret, to steal, to break, to forget what is important.
Oh yeah.
Once a seed has taken root, it doesn't take long for it to grow.
So the question
nurture and
is,
blossom into something beautiful.
if I want to attempt the 2 skips that I left out last time,
and I wasn't prepared to let it wilt and die.
and I'm not sure I want to because
The university claimed my
I'm
experiments
already
were unethical,
22 seconds ahead.
that altering the fabric of our reality
They're not
was
in this
dangerous.
next upcoming segment, but
They
still,
were
if I
unflinching.
stay on this pace, I don't think
My
there's any
research
reason to do
confiscated and my contract terminated.
something new.
Following my expulsion, I was left with no choice but to uproot and move us both far away.
We'll see.
I knew of a
Depends
small fishing
how
village a
much
boat
time I
ride from
lose
the
on
university,
how much time I lose on
where I
indigo and
hoped
yellow.
my reputation wouldn't precede me. You and I moved into a humble home, which is now where you've spent most of your childhood.
No, push further. Purple. Shit. Might not make this. Yeah. Well, thank you for the congratulations, and I'm definitely going to get a better one. Who knows, it might even be this run. Because there's still so much time to save. Nope. Yeah, I lost 30 seconds on literally the last room in the game. So that kind of sucks. But hey, I'm not gonna complain about a good time. Oh, come on. This might not make it. It did. Couldn't remember what room was next. Well, this isn't like the most run category of this game, so... Or not the most optimized, at least. And also, it's not like the most popular speed game of all time. Well, thank you then. Am I losing time? Why am I losing time? Oh right, because I messed stuff up. That makes sense. I walked the wrong way and a couple things like that.
Do you recall those dusty old
Would be
tomes
good
that used
to
sit on my desk?
show the possible
ancient
time save for
scriptures
each
of
split,
civilizations lost.
because I don't remember
I
my
spent
PB that
hours
well,
poring
to
over
be
them,
honest.
searching for clues
I just
to
know it was
support my
bad at the end.
research. Aside from their wonders, one thing stood out above all else. Blue. Or specifically, the absence of it. Other colours were detailed at length, but not blue. It was never mentioned at all. The word simply didn't exist. Could they not distinguish blue? Without a word to describe it, how could we be sure they could see it at all?
Can you press down? Thank you. Fat fingered, the wrong key. You didn't want to go down the ladder. That's some bad play testing right there. If they couldn't see blue, they probably couldn't see a lot of other colors too. Well, or see them differently. Well, for all you know, everybody does see colors differently. Is the blue that I see the same as the blue that you see? It's a question you can't really answer. Decent split. For all you know, the blue I see, or blue looks to me the way green looks to you, but we just learned to call them by the names that we did, so... Even though what you see as green, I see as blue, it's a different, well, whatever. It's the same thing, I mean. Or it's different. Whatever. I'm trying to make sense here. I kind of lost my train of thought there.
Spring was around the corner. Yellow daffodils poked through the dirt in our backyard. As time moved, my resentment slowly slipped away. I continued my research from home. Without Dr. Gray, work was slow, but I still made progress. One day, Hugh, when you were sleeping, I watched over you. I was on the cusp of a breakthrough, and you were the last person left to see it. I was so excited for the both of us.
Oh, why am I going left? What if it's all a simulation anyways? Well then, nothing matters.
My research led me to tales of a long-lost civilization. They built great machines, pioneering electricity many years before we discovered it. Strangely, though, this civilization is said to have...
I guess it depends on what the goal of the simulation is.
They knew of pain and observed it.
But we can't know that, unless we can prove that it's a simulation.
Explaining to them the sensation of pain is like me explaining colour to someone that can only see in black and white. I wonder, Hugh, if we will be able to share in our experiences of colour.
Red first. Okay, let's try this once at least. Okay. See, it's not hard. Why don't I just do the wrong stupid... Oh my god. Meant to select pink, but instead I selected red. Got the skip at least, so I'm... Shouldn't lose time compared to my PB. I should be on the same cycle. Still stupid. I could have saved time. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a weird thing, like, of all the things they could have chosen, they chose pain. They can't feel pain. But that's something that it seems to me you'd live very differently if you couldn't feel pain. Okay, we made it. I don't know why I jumped there. Yeah, for all you know, everybody actually has the same favorite color, except that we all call it something different. So, I don't know. what you see as green, I see as blue, but we just have learned to call it different things, but it's actually the same color. That would be funny. This should be another gold split. Jesus, that was a huge gold split.
The first time I wore the ring, I could see a coloured image of the sun. Aqua, purple, orange, pink, red, blue, yellow and green. Great fireworks played out across the backdrop to my reality. Was I dreaming? Was I alive? My senses dulled from
Question
the
is,
monotone, struggled with the revelation.
do I go for wall jumps?
Time eased.
Because I'm so far ahead right now.
Like Pollock painting a ballet on the moon.
Would we get less sunburns if we could see
I
UV?
removed the ring and time
Maybe.
settled back to normal. Colour dissolved into grey.
I don't know. I mean, people know that
But what followed affected me the
that they get
most.
sunburns and they still don't
After
care.
seeing in colour for the first time, when everything returned to normal, I could remember in colour. I had never before had a coloured memory.
But maybe it would be different if you could physically see the UV. Oh, I wanted to preserve the falling momentum. Whatever. I was actually very close to that laser. What am I doing? If we could see UV, we wouldn't see much else while outside. Yeah, that's true, actually. Good point. I mean, that's like water is. What's interesting is water is only see-through in very few wavelengths, and we happen to be able to see exactly those wavelengths that pass through water. So the question is that a coincidence, or do we specifically see those wavelengths because water is see-through? Kind of an interesting thing to think about. Like, is that because originally we were fish? And fish have to be able to see through water, otherwise it's not really worth much. I don't think this split was that great, to be honest, but I shouldn't lose much time if I do. We'll see. I didn't die anywhere, but it was sloppy. I stopped the one moving platform when I didn't need to. Yeah, lost a handful of seconds. Yep, this is world record, so random people stumbling onto it learn a thing or two about senses. I mean, you can learn a thing or two about senses just by playing this game. If you're paying attention to the dialogue, at least. But they do kind of, I don't know, exaggerate it a bit. Like, they hint at a lot of things. Like the not seeing blue, or explaining color to a blind person. Which are all interesting topics, but I don't know.
If a
The story
tree
kind of
stands in the woods
exaggerates most
and
things.
nobody's there to see it,
Like this.
does that tree exist?
You can't see something, does it
Does it
exist?
have colour and form?
It's a
Does it matter?
exaggerated version of an
This
interesting
journey
question.
has been difficult, Hugh. And whilst I have trodden a lost, winding path, I feel no closer to the truth I was after. No matter how long you chase the moon. If truth does exist in our minds, then I feel there may be one that I have neglected. All this time, you've been alone, and now uprooted, on a journey for my cause. For what? So that I could see the world a little clearer? I do hope, in the end, it was worth it. For both of us.
Wrong way. Buffering jumps is hard, apparently. Alright, I don't want to switch color too early. There we go. Ooh, I was scared I was actually gonna die there. That would have been bad. What's the next room? Oh, this one. You want to play anything in a decent frame rate. Feels bad. Yellow, thank you. Didn't mess it up. But it wasn't fast. Well, it's only like 2 months. No, 1 month away, so just stay strong. Thoughts and prayers out to you. Come on. Boing, boing, boing. Boing. Oh! I went away too early. Jesus, that scared me. RuneScape and Minecraft. I mean, those are the two best games of all time, right? So. Okay, next room is important. So I'm going to focus on that. Okay. We survived. Okay, I'm nervous now. No, I picked up the
Being
letter.
back at the university has surfaced
I
many
need to
memories, Hugh.
do red at the start of
I
the next
remember
room.
taking you to lectures. You would crawl to the front of the hall when I wasn't paying attention. Dr. Gray would look down from his lectern, and all his seriousness and authority would wash away. He would pick you up, walk over, and return you to my arms with a smile. Love cannot be measured, Hugh. Like colour, it exists inside of us. I buried it. I buried the love that I had for my own ends. I hope after all this, you will see my mistakes for what they are. Yours lovingly.
I even said I needed to do red, and then I still did it kind of late. Whatever. Okay, so orange, red. There. Jump and green. Orange. Orange, blue. Well, I turned around faster than last time. Ugh, orange. Such a stupid level. I really don't like it. Oh, come on. So close. Okay, this is an important level as well. Survived. This is also an important level. Survived. Blue. Jump, Jesus. I was switching colors so I didn't register my jump input. No, what am I doing? Shit. I'll just wait one cycle, it's okay. I turned blue, why? It's not good. It's too early. It's almost too late. $22. Oof. Okay, I think I'm just gonna yellow this, to be honest. Are you serious? I got the wall jump thing on the first try. But I didn't jump in time. Come on. Rip. There we go. It's okay, we can still get a good time. It's not the end of the world yet. Yeah, I can still save a lot of time on the last room, mostly. I'm not sure how much time I lost on the wall jump, though. I don't know how it compares, but it was very slow. Unfortunately. Red. Okay, so blue and then yellow. Red, blue, red, blue. Okay. We Gucci. Okay, did it. So I did lose some time on the wall jump then. Hoggers. Now you want a sub 53. Okay, fine. Jeez. But yeah, this is already like 53:20 with time to save still in university. Dang. Good run. Still some mistakes in it though. Well, if the last two splits were better, it could have been sub 53, yeah. That's true. Because I lost 22 seconds on the second last split. Plus, if I just didn't try for the wall jump on the last split, I think it would have been a bit faster as well. I'm still not sure if it's worth doing. I should probably just practice that rooms so I can get it either way.
P.S. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can choose how you see it. Now you can see true colour. You must decide if it is for better or worse. I hope after all this, it is for the better.
Nice. Very good.